Hey Nutmegs, my name is Jody V. I'm a registered dietitian and nutritionist. And in today's video, I am sharing with you my experience doing the potato reset, which is eating potatoes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 days. So, what is the potato reset and why would I do that? The potato reset is a eating plan that is based on the Starch Solution by Dr. John McDougall, who is very popular in the plant-based community. And it basically promotes eating starches like potato, rice, and corn, coupled with non-starchy vegetables. He has a book called The Starch Solution, and there is a lot of research around this type of eating and how it is beneficial for health, for reversing diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and for overall weight management. I started eating a plant-based diet at the beginning of this year. However, I found myself eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of junk foods and high-fat foods, and recently had a lot of weight gain because of stress and emotional eating. I really wanted to do a reset to curb my cravings, cut out junk food, and go back to a simpler way of eating. And I thought this would be a great way to do so. So if you want to see my experience doing the potato reset, then stick around. Stay tuned to the end where I show you how much weight I lost in 7 days. So these are the basic guidelines. You're eating a variety of potatoes, whichever one you like, that you cook without oil, and you pair them with a non-starchy vegetable. You can add condiments such as mustard, ketchup, and any oil-free dressings. For day one, I cooked up some callaloo, which is basically Jamaican spinach. I added some tomatoes and onions and then paired that with some roasted potatoes that I cooked in the air fryer. Lunch was some baked Japanese sweet potatoes that I paired with some sauteed cabbage. For dinner, I had a baked potato with some roasted zucchini and some sliced up cucumbers that I tossed in a homemade sauce. Very, very good. For day two, I wanted to make my life easier, so I roasted up some Japanese sweet potatoes. I made a batch of green beans, some callaloo, and some mashed up sweet potato. Batch prepping things that I could mix and match made things so much easier. It's day three of my potato reset, and I thought I'd have cravings. Particularly, I thought I'd be craving fruits because I eat tons of fruit usually. In the evening time is when I usually have cravings for things, and that's when I usually go off and eat things that I'm not supposed to be eating, or eating too much of it. So I'm really surprised. I feel really good. I have energy, not having any cravings, very satisfied. After you eat, you're not hungry at all. So I'm able to do my 3 meals and not have any snacking in between. Yesterday I went to a festival and I kind of stayed longer than I planned to, and I didn't pack food. I should have packed food. I should have packed some potatoes or some veggies, but I did not. And so I ended up having to get some coleslaw, which is cabbage, but the sauce on it does have stuff in it that is not supposed to be included. Cabbage, and then I had some potato salad, which also is potatoes, but it has stuff in it. But I didn't have too much of it, so it's not gonna be a perfect week. So I'm okay with that. Today we're back on track. Meals are packed. And the thing that I find is really, really helpful is just having, just like anything, if you're trying to eat a certain way, having things prepped and ready to go when you're hungry is key. Because if not, you're just going to end up eating whatever is in front of you. So I batch prepped 2 different veggies. actually 3 different veggies, and then I batch prep some Japanese sweet potatoes, some regular sweet potatoes that I mashed up, and then I'm gonna make this evening for dinner some roasted potatoes, cut up roasted potatoes. And I think that's what's been helpful too, is having different types of potatoes, which you're really not supposed to. You're supposed to have one type of potato. I'm not doing that. We're doing different types of potatoes and then having them in different textures. So having roasted potatoes, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. That's gonna be really helpful because you're not gonna get tired of it too quickly. And I'm definitely not tired of potatoes yet. And as I said, very satisfied when I eat. I'm not hungry, I'm not having cravings, I have energy. If you're somebody who struggles with going to the bathroom or having constipation, this is definitely a helpful, even if you only do it for 2 or 3 days, this is so good for keeping you regular, because the foods you're eating are so high in fiber. There's no way that you're not gonna be going to the bathroom. So that's another plus. So far so good. I am really surprised. Goal is to really reset my palate, and then after doing this, transition back to doing a whole food plant-based diet. And I have to tell you, this makes it so that you really are good with just the simple foods. And not only are you satisfied, but you're able to go longer without eating, so you stay full for like up to 4 hours, which for me was really surprising, because obviously this is a little lower in protein, but it's super high in fiber and keeps you full for longer, so you're not hungry quickly and you're not snacking between meals. So if you're someone who has burnout when it comes to food, and you're really like tired of trying to figure out what to eat, what to cook, this would be something that would give you a break from all of that, because it really simplifies the whole process. You know, you're making a potato and you're making a vegetable, whatever vegetable you like. And if you don't like vegetables, then I would suggest you just choose your favorite one, or a couple of your favorite ones, and then rotate them, change up the spices and the seasonings that you use to make it taste different. But yeah, so far so good. Let's see if I can make it through this whole thing. I'm doing it for 7 days. I decided I'm doing it for 7 days. So this is day 3. We'll see how I feel at the end of today, if I'm gonna be tired of potatoes or not. But as I said, so far so good. No complaints here. We'll see how it goes. I'm at my desk and we're about to have breakfast. Let me show you what I'm having. Green beans and some mashed sweet potato, and these green beans are in a sauce that I made with some white vinegar, coconut aminos, and lots of garlic and a little sugar. We are still on day 3, but it's the end of the workday. I had lunch at about 12. It's now after 4. I'm not super hungry, but I know that I won't be able to sit down for dinner till around 6 or so. So I literally am eating a potato. I just popped it in the microwave and I'm having it as a snack in between my lunch and dinner. And I'm doing this just to prevent me getting to a place where I'm so hungry where I'm just gonna grab anything. So yeah, my snack. It's dinner time. Let me show you what I'm having today. I made some roasted red potatoes and some zucchini in the air fryer. This I just topped with some coconut aminos and some garlic powder and a little bit of salt and pepper. So good. Day 4 breakfast was some roasted red potatoes with some cabbage. Lunch was some broccoli with some Japanese sweet potatoes, my new favorite. Day 4, doing a potato curry soup with some carrots and some celery.
What's that?
I'm pairing my soup with a huge salad that has tomatoes and cucumbers and that I seasoned with some salt and pepper and a oil-free dressing. It is day 5 on the potato reset. I feel good, I have energy. A lot of the videos that I saw of people who did this challenge, they complain a couple days in of not having energy. For me, I don't know if it's because I drink mushroom coffee, which gives you energy and gives you focus and has a lot of benefits. I do not have any cravings, which is amazing. And the goal of this whole thing is to taper down my cravings, especially in the evening hours. I haven't been craving anything. I am fully satisfied. I'm not hungry. I feel good. I feel good. I haven't been struggling, and I think a big part of that is just having things prepped. And that's across the board. If you're trying to change your lifestyle and change the way you eat, having things prepared is going to be key. Preparation is key, and preparation is going to keep you consistent, and consistency is going to be the thing that's going to take you to the finish line. So you saw the soup that I made yesterday, that potato curry soup. That soup was so good, man. I am looking forward to having that soup again. I think another reason why I'm not having such difficulty is because I'm doing different meals and cooking potatoes in different ways, and I'm also having different types of potatoes, which really, if you're doing it the strict way, you're supposed to just choose one type and then stick with that for the 7 to 10 days. But I told you in the beginning, that's not what I plan to do. I think you have to make things where it is sustainable for you. And I know eating a baked potato every day for 7 days for every meal is not sustainable for me, and it's not going to work. I'm not going to stick to it. So you have to do what works for you, and that's what works for me, is having variety, different textures, different flavors. So seasoning, you're not using as much salt, but you're using things to flavor your food, herbs and spices. Also adding sauces that are low calorie, so making your own sauces or using sauces like ketchup or mustard. Those things add flavor to foods without adding a lot of calories. So those things are helpful too, to help you to feel like you're eating the same thing all the time. My glasses is dirty. My glasses have paint on them. I was painting yesterday. Anyway, I think where a lot of people mess up is they do something like this, like a reset or a challenge, or they'll do a juice cleanse. They'll eat lower calories for a certain amount of time, and then they will stop. They have all these great benefits. They lost weight, blah, blah, blah. And then they immediately go back to the way that they were eating before. And that's where people mess up. If you go back to the way you were eating before, then you've done it all for naught. You have to change the way that you eat. You have to change your lifestyle. So for me, I wanted to do this as a reset. Less fried foods, less oil, and just being consistent in eating a whole food plant-based diet. Will I never eat foods with oil again? That's impossible. If you're going to eat out at any restaurant or if you're gonna eat anywhere that's not your house, you cannot control that. However, what I can control is what I cook at home. If majority of the time you're eating in a wholesome and balanced way, then you are gonna see the benefits of that. As soon as we can learn balance, the better off that we're gonna be. I think people are too extremists. They want to have this perfect looking thing that it really doesn't exist, and it It's not suitable for long-term success. That was my main goal, was writing Jackson Really Likes Ice Cream. If you haven't yet, it's on Amazon. It's about balancing your diet or your eating and having the idea that you can have foods that are everyday foods and foods that you eat every day in your diet, and then foods that are sometimes food that you eat once in a while, but it shouldn't be the majority of your diet. So if you haven't picked it up yet, it's on Amazon. It's called Jackson Really Likes Ice Cream. I think a lot of time people get into this mindset of it's all or nothing, or they'll have a day where they eat a little higher calorie foods, or they go out and they eat too much, and then it's like, oh, all is lost, and then they just go crazy. No, you have that moment. You don't beat yourself up. You just go back to eating nutrient dense diet. That's it. It's not all or nothing. So yeah, day 5. We will see how I feel by the end of today, and I will update you guys. It is day 6. We're still going strong. Last night was the first night that I felt, after dinner, I felt like I needed something sweet. So I did have a handful of grapes, which hit the spot perfectly. So good. But after that, I felt fine. I didn't want more. I didn't crave anything else. I just needed that little bit of sugar, and I was good to go. Feeling good, less bloated, feeling energy, which makes sense because you're eating more starch, more carbohydrates, and carbohydrates is your body's preferred fuel source. So feeling good, less bloated, having energy, not having cravings for processed foods or junk, feeling very satisfied, not hungry, not having to worry about what I'm going to cook or what I'm going to eat. I already know the formula. So we'll see how the rest of it goes. For my day 7 dinner, I decided to make some steak fries that I paired with some ketchup, and I'm having that potato soup again. So good. The results are in, and I am flabbergasted. I am 4.5 pounds down in 7 days. You can see my bloating is down, my waist is smaller, my hips are smaller. Wow. It is the day after day 7 of the potato reset. This is the breakfast that I had this morning. I did add in some half an apple. So I'm starting to add fruits back into my diet. I'm also going to add beans back in my diet for extra protein. But yeah, so far overall, this was a good experience for me. I liked it. I liked the simplicity of it. I liked that I wasn't hungry all the time, that I wasn't thinking about food all the time. Like, I was really full when I ate. I wasn't snacking. I wasn't craving anything. We plan to continue in some way. So adding up fruit and the beans back in, but also switching out some the potatoes for oatmeal at breakfast, or having rice if I cook rice. So being able to mix and match. If you're interested in seeing my progress going forward, or if you are curious and you want to try this for yourself to see how you react to it or how your body reacts to it, please let me know down in the comments. Engage with this video so that I know that you like it and I can make more content like this. Thank you guys for watching.